Hey guys, Mantif here, and welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. Hope you're all having a great day so far. In today's video, we're going to be comparing all three of the major Minecraft clients in addition to some others such as Forge and LabbyMod. These aren't really talked about that well, so I definitely want to shine some light on these, in comparison to all the three. Next, we're going to be looking at some of the pros and cons of each, asking a few of which they actually use and why, and then finally give a conclusion on which I think the best is towards the very end. And of course, I'm going to be leaving some timestamps in the description below, so if you want to see a certain part of the video, just feel free to click around and you should be able to get to it. Anyways, let's get right into the comparison. As you can see, there's going to be a few differences from my last video. Not only do they have version 1.7 and 1.8 now, but they do have 12, 15, and 16, which allows you to play a lot more multiplayer, especially if you're into the SMP community a lot. Definitely add some more options there, so huge thumbs up from me for that. And something that I wish that they actually would add to the Lunar Client itself is the ability to customize this menu here. I would just like to have my own servers that I actually do play on, so it'd be probably Hypixel, MC Play HD, they know the Lunar Network itself. Okay, yeah, I give them that for having it here, but not everyone does play HCF and pot PvP, so obviously customizing this menu would be a cool option to have. So Lunar Client still hasn't really changed their menu here. It's kind of just been the same old thing since it's, really launched. The one thing that I will give the advantage to Lunar Client for is actually putting the cosmetics down at the bottom here, kind of away from this center display. Polar opposite to what PvPLounge does, as well as Badlion. Anyway, you do have the Lunar settings here, which allows you to actually customize on the main menu. I'm not sure if you guys actually knew that or not, but if you wanted to disable or enable some mods before you join the server, the option's always there. As well as the profiles too. I'm certainly glad that they've kind of updated the profile sharing system. It is still a little bit difficult. You have to go through some subfolders in the users and profiles and kind of drop some configuration files in there. I wish it was sort of a GUI like Badlion does, where you can just search online for them. Kind of an idea for Lunar would be having a tag system next to each profile. So maybe if you wanted to share it with someone else, you can just give them that tag, almost like a Discord tag for adding people, and then they can download your profile from the client. I think that would be super cool. Definitely a noteworthy thing to add. I think where Lunar really shines is the FPS and the community around it. There's definitely a lot of big YouTubers and sort of influencers that are kind of jumping ship to Lunar Client in terms of partnership. So if you did want to buy their cape and actually support their channel. Now, the one thing that I've kind of been critiquing on Lunar Client since day one is, they kind of need to add the perspective mod back. Let's be honest, we all miss it. I actually didn't know that I use it as much as I did until it actually got taken away. So this guy is going to kill me. Let's make sure that doesn't happen. And he's off the map. All right. Oh, there's the last guy. Okay. GG's, I guess. Next, we're going to be moving on to the Badlion Client. Also, be sure to go drop a like on this video. It definitely took a lot of time to make, and it only takes 2 seconds, so it's super appreciated, and it helps me out a ton. Anyways, back to the video. So last time I actually took a look at the Badlion Client, that was when they were on the version 2.0. They've since released the Badlion Client 3, which seems to improve the GUI slightly. Still though, I think that this is very cluttered. I don't know why they have to have 6 different giant icons of their social medias. I mean, cool. But yeah, I do like the ability to actually customize your accounts to logging in, as well as actually toggling Optified or not. I'm not really sure why you would want to toggle that off, but hey, you always have the option to. And I guess the cool advantage about Badlion Client is that it still actually includes the Badlion anti-cheat. Intel Edits actually did cover this a little bit in his Badlion Client 3.0 review, so I'm going to be linking that video in the top right. If you do want to go check that out, he does go a little bit more in depth than I do when it comes to the pros and cons of using this client. And you can actually make reports of players, so if you saw someone suspicious, maybe hacking, you can report them on the Badlion Client, which I guess bans them from using it. I'm not entirely sure what this does here, but so launching into the main menu, you can tell that they're definitely trying to advertise a lot of their social medias. Oh my goodness me. But I guess the few advantages that I'm going to have to give to Badlion Client is that they've really cleaned up their front menu here. It was a lot worse in 2.0. It's still not my favorite thing in the world, but it looks a lot better visually, as well as you can actually manage your theme. So if you wanted to pick a certain subcolor, let's say I wanted to go more towards red. Also, I do like the ability to actually use replay mod. This is actually what I use to make all of my thumbnails. So this is just me, I guess, playing a game of Bed Wars here. And I covered this aspect a lot in my last video, but I just don't like how they brand everything. I mean, why do the servers need to be Badlion themed? Why can't the list just be vanilla Minecraft like it used to be? Like it is in PvPLounge, Lunar Client, LabbyMod, all of those clients, they all represent a vanilla feel to Minecraft, except for Badlion. I just don't get why they have to put their font, logo, pretty much everywhere where they possibly can. If you did actually want to put the sidebar menu that you previously got on Badlion 2.0 in the center of the screen, I'm glad that you do have the option now to actually center the menu, so when you did press right shift, it would bring up all of your mods and options in the center of your screen. And of course, I do like this little tab system that they have going here, the PvP minigame, UHC Bed Wars, if you have sort of mods pertaining to each game mode. So, obviously it makes it a lot easier if you're just looking to quickly customize something. And probably my favorite part is the ability to share profiles. They have a really nice profile sharing system. So, for instance, if you wanted to find some profiles that interest you, or just a YouTuber YouTuber's profile in general. You can search keywords such as Bed Wars. Maybe you want to go pot PvP. You can find some, yeah, here we go. Yeah, we have the pot PvP. Cool pot PvP profile. I'll definitely try that out sometime. However, they do need to fix their GUI a bit, clean it up, and this client would be super, super nice to use. All right, so it's the next day. If you made it this far in the video, be sure to leave a comment down below of which is your favorite client and why do you use it. I'm very interested to see, and I definitely think it would help a lot of people who actually watch this video out. So yeah, now on to PvPLounge. All right, so moving on to the PvPLounge client, this is very simple, and this is probably my favorite layout out of all of the three. There's nothing really confusing about it. I mean, you do have your accounts listed here, as well as the possibility of adding an account right below it. Unfortunately, the PvPLounge client does come at a disadvantage compared to the other options because the only versions that are available are 1.7.10 and 1.8.9, meaning that you're not going to get support for sort of the latest versions that Minecraft is releasing. Over on this tab right here, you do have the RAM allocation and the resolution to where the game actually launches, and just a few options what the client does on launch, and that's pretty much it for it, honestly. Now, just like Badlion Client, everything is pretty much advertised in the center of the screen right here. You do have to go sort of away from the center display just to play the game here. You do have single player, multiplayer, your cosmetics, and the store here, and registering for an account. Probably my favorite feature is the ability to chat to other people. So if you wanted to sort of kind of get friends here and chat in game, I mean, this is a way to do it. You do have pretty much other options like Discord, but you know, you do have DMs to your friends. This is just great. Now, I'm glad that they do have vanilla options and they don't really put their own font on everything like Badlion does. It's sort of similar to Lunar or just a Forge experience. Now, the PvPLounge client actually does the worst in terms of FPS. You're going to be getting a sort of similar experience to what Forge would be like, or even LabbyMod, but you do have Optifine, which is super cool to see. I'm glad you can, you know, customize, especially for low-end PCs. And in the middle here, you're going to have the options for your sort of Hypixel mods, and you do have the sort of profile editor here. So if you wanted to kind of make a profile or share your own profile, it's pretty simple. I'd say Lunar Client is the most complex in terms of this. I'm glad that PvPLounge Client and Badlion have it down. Also, if you guys do notice, the ping thing right here in the bottom is actually broken. It's actually not showing my true ping when I connect to a game. It only shows it in the lobbies and stuff. So that's definitely a bug that PvPLounge needs to look more into, because Badlion and Lunar do have it down. I'm so good at this game. And honestly, I would highly recommend this option if you're not looking for too much and just, you know, a nice set of mods that you can customize pretty easily. Now, I commonly get the question in my Discord and even community tab when I do these types of videos, oh, what about LabbyMod? What about Forge? What about, you know, doing it yourself? Isn't that better than, you know, all these clients, all these pre-made stuff? Short answer is yes. However, I would not personally be using those. And I'll be giving a few reasons here. I would say number one is that bug fixes are taken care of regularly, and you don't have to bother checking for updates and keeping yourself aware when everything is pretty much done for you at the click of a button. I don't have to customize every single mod, the toggle sprint, the level head, the better frames, Optifine itself, perspective mod, keystrokes mod, CPS, FPS. But if you do have the time to actually set up your own mods and customize the game the way that you like it, I say go for it. I mean, I'm going to be making a video on the Forge and LabbyMod experience. So try to hit the like goal of 75 likes for today's video. So I hope you guys did enjoy that video. If you did, be sure to drop a like and also consider subscribing to the channel if you are new here. I really do appreciate it, and it definitely goes a long way. I'm going to have exams this next week, so be sure to stay tuned for after that. I'm not going to be posting much. I'm probably going to have one video up this week, and then I'll hopefully be back to posting consistently every other day. Oh my goodness, I am very excited for it. Anyway guys, take care. Have a good one.